What's good, fam? We back in this thing, baby, man. Oh, man. Have I had a fun week? I didn't do nothing too crazy or nothing like that. I told y'all last week. Your boy was taking the week off. I told y'all this. This ain't nothing new. Cause we had this conversation before, and I already apologized. I said I wasn't just gonna disappear, but your boy unplugs. But I plugged back in. I didn't completely unplug, and we got some work done. We really did, man. I'm talking about all the way down to we got all the comments. We caught up on comments, and I been answering questions. We've been doing one-on-ones. We had a great week of relaxation. In between that, got a lot of household stuff taken care of so that your boy can get back busy. I told y'all remember the video back when I did like this? Your boy forgot that ring. No. I took care of all the honey to-do lists. We finna go back outside. But before we do, we had to go to live because it's Sunday live, baby, and I like chopping it up with the fam. And that, had some amazing things happen, especially yesterday, where we celebrated a very important person in our family. And that was my uncle. Had his 80th birthday. And that kind of drove, plus on top of the comments and stuff that I answered, and things that I've seen the fam asking me questions about that drove what we're going to talk about tonight, which is basically the shift from being like a consumer to an owner. Because, we all out here. I ain't necessarily saying you got to own a cargo van to be a business owner. We're not talking about it like that. But we're going to frame it that way because of the questions and the amazing work that my 80-year-old uncle did. But in order for y'all to understand where I'm coming from and where we going to go to tonight, we got to paint the scene. Your boy. We got to paint the scene. So this same uncle, and it's like this in my whole entire family. Y'all know the mama that made me do the dictionary and all that thing. But this uncle, 80 years old, my grandma, this is my mama's mama, so it's my mama's uncle. You get the gist. It was 16 of them. Yeah, you heard that right. I don't know what my great-grandma and great-grandpa was thinking, but it was 16 of them. 16 of my grandma and them. 16. It's funny as I say that. It's 16 people watching us right now. 16 of the fam. I'm going to get to y'all in the comments. It was 16 of them, fam. And this uncle is the baby. He was number 16. But y'all know them family dynamics when you got a family and it's that one kid, one child, maybe two, that's like, I got to go out there and see the world. I got to go do this and that. Well, that was that uncle. And we based out of Louisiana on both sides, mama and daddy. And that uncle dipped and went to LA. Now, he wasn't a normal cat in LA. He had a barbecue spot he opened up out in LA. So think about this. This is back in the 70s, going into the 80s and all that stuff, into the early 90s. A little boy from Louisiana opened a barbecue spot in LA. Man, that boy had them boys out there eating that good old Southern barbecue. And it was a certain time and period, and I'm sure y'all gonna know about this. He was one of those people that was hit, or didn't get hit, I won't say. He was in the vicinity of the Rodney King beating back in the 90s. And LA rioted and all that stuff. Think of the movie Barbershop if you've seen it. When they was in the movie rioting and they was protecting the barbershop, and people was like, nah, we're not gonna set that one on fire. Well, my uncle was one of those people then that LA riots after the Rodney King beating, and they started rioting the city, but they did not touch that barbecue spot. Why? Because my uncle was one of those people of service. He already had the spot. Yeah, he sold barbecue, but he also looked out for the community. He gave out free barbecue. Even after the riots, he was giving out free barbecue to help individuals that were rebuilding as it went. That's that uncle. And he turned 80. And we do a celebration. Now, this same uncle, I don't know how y'all discuss stuff, but in my family, men discuss stuff over dominoes. On both sides, mama and daddy. And this uncle that just turned 80, God bless him. One of his things, every time I would talk about something to him playing dominoes here, so what you gonna do about it, son? That was his saying. I don't know what it is. I got sayings from all my people. I'll explain that in a minute. He'd be like, what you gonna do about it, son? So I didn't know it at that time, but it was putting stuff in my head that'll be what you gonna do about it, son. And then when I was in the 6th grade, I told y'all my upbringing, we had ups and downs. My uncle sent my mama a birthday present. And that birthday present was a self-painted portrait of me and my mama. You know them Olin Mills pictures back in the day where you sitting like this and somebody behind you like this? Yeah, one of them. That uncle had a self-made portrait painted of me and my mama for her birthday. Now think about this for a second. This is the 90s. Self-made painted portraits wasn't cheap. That's when I started learning and asking different questions when I ran into this uncle, because it taught me right then, hold on, you're not making the same money that other people are making. And that's when I started learning about his ownership of the barbecue business and how he had multiple different businesses that made ownership his thing. He made that his thing to where he can move and do stuff that most people couldn't do at that time, so he can live the life that he wanted to live. So then I had to start asking questions because I'm starting to think about ownership. Because, hey, when you see the smile on your mama's face when she get a self-painted portrait, you're trying to figure out how can I get that smile back and get some more self-painted portraits. But before I keep going in the consumer and ownership, because we're going to twitch this around so you'll understand how we moving in these cargo van lanes in this transportation world, I got to holler at the fam. Ro, what's going on? I see you, JCM. You all over the place. What's good, family? You know the Quicks is in the building. They already here and they ready for the legacy lesson. We already started the legacy lesson talking about the uncle. We're going to break it down and how it's going to translate, though. And what's up, Boda in the building? What's good, fam? Now, let's continue transitioning with this legacy. I told you, you got to piece it all together. I tell y'all when we do loads, like, don't look at the one load, look at the, and I tell you when we talk about, we're building on generational curses, not breaking. So we're building on this 80-year-old uncle. And so after we left the party, me and my wife was driving back, had whole family, but me and her talking. And we just sitting there, and it just hit me. I was like, because we driving by because we Louisiana to Texas. And I'm saying stuff that used to be a barbecue place or used to be this place. My wife tried everyone, like, my car broke down right there. Like, little stuff. And it brought back memories. And then I say, I wonder if the person or people that were involved with us when we were going through those situations, where they've been, I saw a barbecue place that was no longer, a burger place that was no longer there, but the building was still there, but they weren't. Like, what are their memories like? Or my wife said, the car broke down right here in this house right here. Some gentlemen came out and hit. What were their memories of that situation? Which led me to think consumer owner. Because at one point in time, an owner has certain memories, but you as a consumer or a purchaser of that owner's products, you have a memory. But it's like, which side of that memory do you want to be on? Because that's part of building a legacy. Because let's not get it twisted. God gonna call us all home one day. But what side? You hear people crack jokes all the time. What? Make sure you're on the right side of history. I can't speak for everybody else's history. I can only speak for mine, just like you can speak for yours. But what side do you want to be on? Because that uncle that's 80, in our family dynamics, he's on the side. Because I remember one of the speeches that my auntie gave my cousin gave while we was there. She looked across the room and she said, everybody in this room can attest to this man's greatness, talking about my uncle, because he has helped each and every one of you in every way. And everybody in the room and it made me look at it from their perspective. Oh, he just wasn't looking out for me and my mama. He wasn't looking out just for him and his siblings. This room full of people, he has touched their lives. How many lives have you touched, fam? Has it just been your immediate family? Can your whole family look at you and say you touched their lives? Or, because there's two sides to every coin, mental spectrum. Or are you that person in the family, when they look at you, they like, yeah, there go BG. He coming to ask for another $50. There go BG. You got to have us help him move out of his house. There go BG. This boy always wants something. Now you want to play the fool for free and then bring nothing to the function. Which person in the legacy are you? Are you the consumer? Are you the producer? Are you the worker? Are you the owner? Now let's translate this over into the cargo van business side, or transportation. Let's say transportation, because I know we got fam that got box trucks and we got fam that's in big rigs. So let's translate this, and trust me, I told y'all before, fam, everything that we say business-wise, you can correlate it to whatever your said business is. You just have to change the wording to match yours, to whatever your needs are. Need help with that? I got you. But let's stick with this. So now you have a consumer and a producer, a worker and an owner. There's nothing wrong with being none of those things at all points in our life. We've all been those things. And I know some of y'all are probably like, I've never been an owner. Ownership does not mean what let's say this. Let's say a stay-at-home mom. A stay-at-home mom is the owner. Her not only purpose, but one of her main purposes is to run that house how she sees fit in the best way, get them kids and make them great producers to society. That's sort of what we're talking about when we talk transportation. So let's dive right into it. I see what's going on, Rick. You up in this thing and steady grind and say he ready to build. We finna eat tonight. I hope y'all hungry because we finna go ahead and eat. So let's start with this. Let's start with the basic one because we can't become from 9 to 5 the owner until we get from the mindset of consumer to producer. So consumer, yeah, we can go out there and buy stuff. You know, I'm not saying don't buy stuff. I tell you all the time, enjoy your life, but don't ball on the cargo van money yet. So when you're looking at it from this standpoint, that consumer is somebody that is going to purchase or go seek or go look out for goods. Somebody, I don't want to say taker, but let's say somebody that looking to get something, gain something from somebody, no matter what it is. But that requires you to do what? Spend time, spend energy, spend money, some type of way to get it, because you just can't walk up and people give it to you for free. That ain't how the world works. And then you have your producer, somebody that makes it happen. Like any given time, whether it be money, whatever the situation may be, they gonna make it happen. They're the producer of something. Let's use an example. Apple makes phones. They produce phones. Like, yes, they pay their workers, but their workers at Apple get paid a lot different than the workers that work inside the Apple store. Why? Because they have the 9 to 5 jobs. They're not the owners. Whereas the people that are the stakeholders, we've talked about this before, that are in the Apple corporation at the top, they're the producers. They're the ones coming up with the ideas. They're the ones that's coming up with the marketing. They're the ones that's coming up with what type of different graphics, all the amazing stuff. And then what happens when the Apple phone gets ready to release, no matter what city and state you're in, there's a line of consumers ready to purchase it. So again, which one are you, the consumer or the producer? Now, don't get me wrong, vast majority of us are the consumer, but we're trying to shift the dynamics over here because we want to be the producers. Now, the way you do that is we're going to have to produce something. We've talked about this before. Remember, I told you, you got to provide value. You got to provide something. I told you before that those that come up with solutions get paid the more money. Those are the producers. What did you say, babe? The wife just gave me something that I saw it. She saw something. Quicks, because I gotta talk to the fam. We've seen your website. It's amazing. But that's what it looks like when you're becoming a producer. You're making something that the consumer comes to you for. I'm gonna stick with the quicks with the website. So we're over here, we're starting this business. I'm talking about we as in all of us, because we fam, right? We fam. We have to make something that produces something that they're going to want to buy. So we're sticking the cargo van lane. We have to produce something. So first you need the website. We've talked about marketing. We've talked about putting out YouTube videos. We talked about putting up reels from IG, because that right there is showing that you produce something, a quality of service. Producing something don't always mean you make something with your hands and you build. You're producing something. In this case, we're talking about the Quicks. If you read their website, Quicks, throw it up in there if y'all want to, fam, so they can go check it out. You're producing a quality of service and you're saying, I do this, 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 and this. I'm a producer. Consumers don't do that. They go out and search for the producer. Even though we are in a cargo van and you think we're the little guys for now, and this is any transportation, I'm just talking about cargo van in particular because I mentioned the Quicks. When somebody in their region, in their area needs something moved the quick route, and they go search for them, or they already made connections with them before and they start looking for somebody, and they like that reputation is built because they've seen videos, they've been marketing themselves, they've been giving out flyers and business cards. When I'm looking for something and I needed to get it there quick, who can I call? Who can provide and produce the quality of service that I need? Who can produce on-time delivery? Who can produce safety to make sure my cargo gets there safely and quickly? I know somebody. Go to their website. The Quicks can. Are you sticking with me, right? That you starting to understand the producer versus the consumer, right? The customer that you think is paying, because we see customer or consumer, we're thinking us little guys that might go buy the iPhone. Big business is consumers as well. They just don't look like that to you, because let's be honest, when we count our money, it don't look the same as their money. But when you look at the big picture, they're consumers as well. Like when we're running around picking up from shippers and dropping it off at the receivers, that shipper might have gotten in touch with a broker, the middle person. Trust me, we're going to get past them. They've got to work on this, but we're going to stick for this now. To get past the consumer, that's the person that's the shipper. I mean, the customer that's buying something that needs to be shipped somewhere, and it looks like, oh, we're just the little guy. But as we're building, and I'm telling you, this is the change, help our mindset. As we continue to build, the consumer won't be talking to the broker. The consumer is going to be talking to you because you're the producer. You're the one making it happen. So let's transition, because we're going to tap back into it, but let's transition to what I'm talking about when we're saying it goes from worker to owner. We always talk about when you start out carrier companies, dispatchers, and then, you want to do it on your own kind of thing. None of this is the wrong answer. This is more so for those individuals in the fam that want to jump out there and eventually get to owning their own stuff, doing it themselves, because there is a difference. Because not trust you, fam. If you're the day one and you just tuning in, every now and then we have different conversations. Some conversations talk to day one specifically. We've had conversations that talk to the young people in the fam. We have conversations that talk to the older people in the fam. This particular conversation, I'm not going to lie to you, is more geared towards the people that want to take ownership and break away and not need a courier, not need a dispatcher, not need a load board. That gets to the point where you are the owner of your destiny and your van, your equipment, your whatever you got. This is you becoming the owner. This is who this is for. So, hey, I want you to stay around, but if you just ain't ready to go to that next level, this might not be for you, fam. But yeah, that owner, you have to know how to break away and be that owner the same way you got to stop being a consumer and a producer. Before we transition into that phrase of it, got to holler at the fam in the comments, because y'all over here. I came with y'all because I'm about taking notes, coach. All right, y'all. But yeah, the Quicks produce their own website. They doing their own thing. Oh, look at see. You got a call on Friday off the website for a hot shot to Kentucky. Get it done. Pick up Friday, drop off Friday. Owned and produced. You heard it out of the horse's mouth right there. The Quicks. This is the difference between ownership and producing, because somebody's out there and they got to go look for something. They got to go find something. And you are the person that they're looking for, but they don't know who you are because you're still moving like a consumer. You're still moving like a worker. You're not moving like a producer or owner. Think about this. I literally just said about somebody, carrier, dispatch, all that. And it ain't fast. I told you this. Y'all know Nipsey said when he was like, it's a marathon, not a race. I have family members like my uncle. What you gonna do about it? You don't like something, change it. The Quicks, they owned and produced. They made that website. That website led to them getting somebody to call them and contact them for the load. There's no broker involved. There's nobody there. It's them. They're looking for that. I can do this all day. We gonna get there. Hold on. We gonna get there. What's going on, Maggers in the building? What's going on, fam? Hope all is well with everybody, too, because if you just tuning in, don't worry, you ain't missing nothing. We just getting started. Day one, I got to tell you, this is how we roll. About that first 20, 25 minutes or so, we got to set the tone, and it gets amped up. So now, let's talk about it, because we did consumer to producer. Now let's go worker to owner. Granted, there's nothing wrong with being a worker. Nothing at all. There's many workers that produce in other ways. Let's give you an example, because Don't want y'all over there getting froggy on me. For some people, the cargo van, box truck, normally cargo van and box truck, not as much the big rigs, but mainly cargo vans. This is the side gig. There's nothing wrong with having this as the side gig. So think about it. There's somebody in the cargo van right now in the world that's out there working with dispatchers and carriers. Their goal, because remember, everybody's version of success looks totally different. Their goal, gig apps, carriers, cargo vans, whatever. They're out there running with, I just need to get $800 a week. The $800 a week isn't because they're trying to build their transportation business. Their $800 a week may be over to build their IT business. They're just using the 9 to 5 to get work to pay the bills. Then they use the cargo van as a side hustle to go ahead and put it in the IT business, because the IT business is where they're going to become an owner and a producer. You sticking with me? So it's not, I told you, it can go a whole different way. We're just using that as an example because there are people out there that are literally doing exactly that. I met somebody that uses the cargo van to make money so that they can build their stock portfolio, crypto portfolio. That's what their money's going for. They have a game plan. They don't want to be in a cargo van for more than 2-3 years. They're not trying to be owners in the cargo van. Their ownership is owned in stocks and all kinds of other stuff. I've had a one-on-one with one of the fans that used his cargo van to fund his real estate adventures. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're talking, and you might be over here with your boy and we ride cargo. I'm going to use me. The cargo van isn't for me. Remember, I told you, everybody's done something different. It's to set up a legacy for those behind me, whether they drive a van or not. But it'll be set up if they choose. But if not, it helps funds trust. It helps funds land. It helps funds learning how to grow gardens. It's so much that the cargo van is funding itself for the next person, because we want ownership. We want producing. Remember, I just named a couple of things. Ownership, trust. Because remember, I told you, you know me. I told you the 5 pillars last week. We ain't going into that again. But we got trust. That's ownership, family. We got gardening. That's ownership, producing our own fruits and vegetables. You see how this goes? It doesn't have to stick with one thing, but you gotta pick a side. What you gonna do? A producer or a consumer? You're gonna be a worker or owner. And remember, this don't just pertain to 9 to 5 workers. Magris and the Quicks is over there talking. So now that leads me to the next part of this, because now it's time to start getting a little deeper. Let's stick with the transportation side of it, because that's what drove most of us over here. I just put that out there so as we talk the rest of this live, it'll trigger points in your mind for the things that you're doing. But we're going to focus back in on the cargo van journey now. So when you're thinking about the owner and the worker, the consumer or the producer, we complain about the rates. We don't like the brokers taking this much. We think they take too much of this and that. That's why we talked about the 2/3 versus 1/3. I told you about my uncle with the Rodney King beating. That's because it's producers' ownerships. Like, it's certain things that he had to do as a producer and owner. Get it? You're sticking with me. All right. We talk about the rates. We talk about the areas where stuff doesn't work. You can't get lows. We talked about the circle. We talked about the triangle. The circle. Inside that circle is an area that used to be known as the producers for America, for car, automobiles, all that. Y'all know about that, the Detroits and all that. That used to be where all this stuff produced it. But some things don't change. The circle still produces much of what the rest of the United States consumes. Yes, I know the outliers, fruits, vegetables, Mexico, down south. I got that. I'm talking about the bulk. We're talking majority versus minority. The majority of the production happens inside that circle. Now, our goal, if we're trying to be owner, I'm not trying to knock nobody that just out there just running around side hustle or just want to be self-employed. Not talking about that. This is owner. Our goal, if we're trying to take over ownership of our business as the producer in this cargo van game, we have to stay in that circle. Remember, I told you, show me your network, I'll show you your net worth. We have to be in the network where the net worth is at. So that means we have to stick to the circle. If you notice, when we talk, because remember, research, when we talk about where the rates are horrible at, let's say Florida, 60 to 70 cents a mile to get you out of there. That's because Florida isn't the producers. They're the consumers. Yes, stuff comes out, but if you notice, most of the stuff that comes into Florida, you're going to get your rate going in. They're going to give you the $1.15. They're going to give you the $1.20. They're going to give it to you. Why? Because Florida is the consumer in that sense. And so they need the producer to get it to them. They're not the worker. They're not the owner. They're the consumer. So you're going to get in there. But to get out, it's going to be hard because why? Florida isn't known majorly. Is not known for the producer. They're known as the consumer. So most people don't go look inside the circle. I need to order something. Call Florida. I need something quick. Call. They're going to have to call the quicks because they need it quick. You see where I'm going with this? So when you want to be the owner, which is, that's what we're talking about tonight, the owner, you got to move how owners move. You got to figure out your circle. You got to figure out your triangle, and you got to stay within those areas. I know it's going to be tempting to go outside of them areas. But then if you take yourself outside of that area, yes, you're going to go outside as the owner. But when you get outside that area, you're going to all of a sudden become the worker because you're going to be working to get back in to the ownership circle. I know I'm talking, it might seem symbolical, but I need y'all to understand why I want y'all to win in this game. I want us all to win. And so when y'all see BG, all of a sudden we ran all over the place while we sit still now. We go with a rate stay constant at. We don't go with the rates of the people that are the consumers are at. We stay with the rates for the people that are looking for the producers and the owners to get it there. Because I promise you, like I just mentioned, the quicks. If the quicks are outside of that circle, they're not calling them to get that load to Kentucky. They're calling them inside the circle. I'm willing to put money on this because I watch how the load boards and all that move. They're very seldom that I see people getting phone calls outside of the circle to bring stuff into the circle. It happens. It's no definitive nothing. I'll give you an example. There's more phone calls to take stuff to Colorado from inside the circle than there is for phone calls from inside the circle to get stuff from Colorado to them. There's more phone calls from North Dakota to get stuff brought out the circle to them than there is for phone calls from North or South Dakota to bring something into the circle. There's more phone calls, I use myself, out of Texas to get stuff to California than there is for California to bring stuff to Texas. Y'all seen the lows. I've done stuff that left Texas, went to St. Louis, left St. Louis, came back to Texas. Had stuff that when I showed you I can work my way around, I've had stuff that left Texas, went to Atlanta, went from Atlanta, went up to Virginia, went from Virginia back down to Missouri, went from Missouri back to Texas, all running in a circle. And they're like, BG, how you moving? I learned where the producers are at. And the producers are going to help me with my ownership. And I learned real fast where the consumers are at. And I found out when I got to where the consumers were at, I all of a sudden became a worker because I was working to try to figure it out from load to load, how I'm going to get there, how I'm going to get here, how I'm going to get back here. And the problem with it is that's what a lot of us over here in the fam, from based off the comments and the questions I see, that's what we're running into. And I want to clear that up because I can't help you win if we don't get that first part right. And fam, you saying, oh, you're only running off gig load board. So I only DAT right now, because remember, y'all know to say the master, mini master, you know the saying, we're not going back down all that. I firmly believe in order to move on to something else, you have to figure out how one thing operates. If you're trying to operate a whole bunch of things at once instead of focusing on the one thing before you branch off, you're not setting yourself up. So we're going to stick to it. Consumer and producer business on. When the iPhone first came out, and I'm going to do this for a couple of them, there was no Apple computer that they was pushing. There was no iPads. There was no all these other devices that they got in cloud storage. They were working on mastering the iPhone only. That's what they produced. They weren't worried about anything else. And then once they got the master on that, built their clientele, built their customer base, built their loyal fans and followers, then they started branching off of everything else. And then that's when they became a computer. Then it became a laptop. Then it became the cloud. And before you knew it, Apple Watch. And then it's all one thing going full circle. Something's always dropping. See, out in the world that we live in today, people will teach you how to build funnels. Y'all know what a funnel is? That's when you get them on the hook for something that it's what scammers use. That's why I say be careful of scammers. It's what scammers use. They'll get you in there, get you here, and then they get you on the hook for this, and then get you on the hook for this, and it just keeps going. And it'd be like, all right, if you do this, then I'll give you extra 50% off. If you do this, I'll give you another 25% off. But if you do this, I'll give you all three of these to go with all the stuff I give you. But eventually that funnel drops out. I don't like funnels. I like orbits. Apple is an orbit. I'm trying to teach you, fam, how to be an orbit because that's what makes you the difference between a worker and an owner. Remember, worker doesn't stand for 9 to 5 and all that. Worker is when you constantly have to do something to keep it going. Owner, once you own it, they come to you. You don't have to keep working for it. Apple, they buy a phone, they're going to update the computer. You get the computer, you're going to get an hour of Apple Watch. You get the Apple Watch, you're going to need cloud storage. It's just a life cycle that keeps going. You never have to stop. The Quicks just got one phone call, but they made the website. They don't have to recreate the website. The website is there. So now that they did a good job with them, that word of mouth is going to circulate and everybody's going to keep going to that website and they're going to keep booking loads. And pretty soon the Quicks are going to get loads booked for them to the point where they don't even need to drive. Somebody else is going to drive. And then they're going to be sitting back and have drivers because their website is getting blown up. You see how the ownership is going? You can't do that if you're not a producer. Oh, man. So if y'all keep rocking, the reason I tell y'all these stuff, and this is sometimes I know we talk about a lot of stuff when I go out on a tangent and you like, why do I do this? Part of my teaching methods that I've learned and part of my mentorship lessons that I learned over time, you have to have milestones. If I just give you, and this is where people go wrong when they make plans, like when they say at the beginning of the year, I got a New Year's resolution and why they fail, or I'm going to start a business and they say the business is failed within the first 3 to 5 years. That's because nobody sets up milestones. I told you to plan for this year. I gave you snippets of what we're going to do next year, but every now and then I have to stop and take a moment to give you a milestone of what it actually looks like to get to that level and use examples. So right now, I told you about the funnel. I'm telling you about consumer and producer, worker and owner, but I got to also show you what an orbit is because we're going to get to that but right now, later on. But you get the understanding of an orbit because that's how in the transportation world people are moving. You notice that companies on FreightWire, they put it out. If you ain't started doing FreightWire, fam, I already told you this videos back to start reading it. It's online. It's on your phone. You have your devices with you. Just read the articles when they come out. Big companies keep shutting down in the transportation world. But the big ones are still there. People could not like TQL, but they're still there. People could not like JB Hunt, but they're still there. People could not like Night Transportation. Swift catches so many jokes. I don't even know. I can't even keep up with the amount of jokes Swift has. But they're still going. Because once you build an art orbit, it's hard to break the orbit. Now, if I just want to go out there and make a business, make an LLC, an S Corp, or anything like that, I can go out there and quickly make it. But if I don't set it up in an orbit, it's just going to fall apart. And so it takes time. And I know y'all be like, BG, we just giving us information. We appreciate this. We like that. It's good nuggets here. It's good nuggets there. But when we get to the meat and potatoes, we can't get to the meat and potatoes because I don't want you in a funnel and everybody gets to get all your information and phase out. I want them to get the information that you're in the products and services that you're producing. I want them to get it and stay inside of your orbit. I want you to be the next Apple, but let's go transportation. I want you to be the next. I'm going to say for y'all, I'm going to give y'all Swift. I'm going to give y'all Night Transportation. I'm going to give y'all Amazon because you know I want to be the next JB Hunt. Now, y'all can join me. I'm just playing, fam. Be whoever you want. But I'm just saying you want to be in that circle, the orbit. I tell you, God works in metaphors and y'all just be missing it. I'm trying to help you create an orbit, and to create the orbit, you need to stay in the circle with the producers and stop going out there with the consumers because then you got to work to get back into the circle so you can become the owner. Let me let that sink in for a minute. Y'all killing me. Quick, y'all funny. This is a good lesson. We hear things when we are supposed to hear. This is good. Hey, fam. I heard it from my uncle on the birthday we just left. And I told him, I said, hey, man, I need to come out there and holler at you. This uncle said, Uncle Rand and Lakes and all that on his. I need to come out there and holler at you. He said, I'll be waiting, but what you going to do about it? He basically telling me, I live in the circle. I'm giving the knowledge. You need to come see me. He ain't, of course, we know out of respect and all that stuff. I wouldn't be like, oh, come see me. Of course, I'm going to go. But he's basically saying, yeah, I'll be waiting on it, but what you going to do about it? Because he's the producer. He's done it. He's been there. It's when you want knowledge from somebody, whether it be a mentor, a teacher, or anything, you have to go to them. And I know the world we live in now makes it where you can do college online and all that stuff, but in a way, you still have to go to them. You still have to. So when you look at the big crux of things, and this is just me. If you want to be the person that people come to, you have to be the owner. And the only way that people are going to come to you, we've talked about this in so many videos. That's why I say you always got to go back to the beginning. Because this is a milestone. I'm trying to bring y'all some of the videos that we've done and bring it together to understand why we're doing what we're doing. You have to, for them to come to you, you have to already show that you got good business etiquette. You have to show that you're already dependable and reliable. You have to have a proven track record that you can make it happen. That whether it be marketing, videos, whatever you do, you have to do these things for people to come to you. Nobody just comes to. Before, and I'm finna tell my age. Before we knew Apple, everybody was going to Nokia. I don't know if y'all remember Nokia. Remember Motorola phones? Them big bricks. That was who people were going to. But then here comes Apple Tips along. This is why we talking all these videos about your mentality. That's when I say I don't see no positive, no negative. I only see positive. I smile through the phone because when I'm talking so they can hear the cheerfulness. Like I give all these nuggets because we had Motorola, we had Nokia, we had all that prime code phones, we had all those amazing things. Then here comes Apple. Hey guys, you want to listen to a bunch of music? I give it all to you. I'll give you thousands of songs. I wonder if that wasn't enough. You want to talk on your phone? Well, I know back in the day they gave you free before 9, but over here we're gonna give you the blue text bubble, and you can talk to your people anyone you want. iPhone to iPhone, do what you please. And they just kept going. They were giving business etiquette. They were producing something nobody else was doing. They were showing how nice they were and they're appreciative of their customers. Oh, and you like this? We're going to make it exclusive. I'm going to give you this iPod to match your iPhone, and you can merge them together and have it two separate. They kept producing something Motorola and Nokia couldn't keep up. In the world we live in today, I promise you, because I talk to these drivers out there, and there's no knock on them. There are some that not knowingly. I wish they would come on over here with us because y'all are amazing and y'all drop so much nuggets in the chats. When we're out here doing what we do and we're providing the service that we provide, producers, we putting a smile on their face, and I'll never forget Fun with FinDog, because these are the questions you're supposed to be thinking. Fun with FinDog asked me in one of the things, he say, how do I get the young lady at the airport to make her smile? Those are the questions that make you become a producer. Apple got us on the hook because they were doing stuff that Motorola and Nokia couldn't do. So I told them, I say, think about the other drivers that come in. They frustrated. They mad at the brokers. They mad that they got to be in detention. They this and that. God moves me how he want to be. If I got to sit there a little 2 hours or so, yeah, the detention fee going to come. Time is money, but I'm making the money. And I'm walking straight in there. Hey, how's it going? How's your day going? I'm good. How are you? I'm blessed and highly favored. Oh, you is? Well, I have this going on. That means you blessed because God woke you up to see it. Remember all these conversations we've been having? These conversations is what I'm telling you to help you become the owner and the producer. We just got to piece it together. But this is your Milestone Live. I should have named the live Milestone Live because this live is the one of the milestones to help bring up some of the Day One fans. If you ain't seen it, you got to go back. Don't try to cherry pick the video. Just go back and watch and catch up to this live, because this is a milestone live to bring up all the little nuggets we've gave from how to be good when you're talking to people, knowing your rates, your weekend rates. Don't overprice yourself, because I know what people say, they want the money now, but I'm looking long term. I don't want y'all falling out of funnel. I'm not saying don't get your money. I'm not saying that nobody screw you over. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you screw somebody over in the beginning, whether it be time, whether it be money or anything of that nature, they're not going to hit you up on the website like the quicks got hit up. Matter of fact, I know we got a fam just chiming in. I don't want y'all to miss this because I know some people won't go back because sometimes it won't. Let me bring it back up. People are not going to reach out to you if the stuff we've been talking about over the past 7, 8, 9 months, right at a year. Yeah, getting close. If you don't go back and start putting those principles from marketing yourself, because believe it or not, Quicks, can I use y'all for a second, fam? I want to use y'all for a second, just a quick second. When we first started, because Quicks is one of them day ones. We got a bunch of day ones. I can name out Magris. I can name out the Quicks. I can name out a bunch. I'm going to use them because we talking about this comments. Since the Quicks always cracking jokes, here's go, you're the student aide today. So when we first started this game, Quicks was already doing their thing. They got their thing going. And I seen some of their content. And I was like, hey, fam, y'all put the videos out. Like, you ain't got to even talk in them. Just put them out. We want to see what you're doing because I see it because I'm looking at it from a ownership mindset. I'm looking at it from a producer's mindset. And I'm like, I need somebody else because it's a bunch of fam in the fam that does this. I've named a bunch, but I'm just using the Quicks because they're the student aid today. I sat there and I was like, hey, I need you because I saw what the work they was doing. I need y'all to start doing this. Don't even talk in the video. Till you get comfortable, just do this. Until you get comfortable. Quicks was putting out videos. At first, it was just a little reel. We see him riding. Then it's another reel. We see him just showing the road and showing the load. Then the video started turning, and they were showing themselves. And I swear, if y'all ever watch them Quicks, they be hilarious. I remember one video, and that thing stuck in my head. She'd be like, Miss Quick say, wait a minute. And Mr. Quick say, I'll wait. You don't know what I'm talking about. You got to go back and watch the video. But they started doing that. Then all of a sudden I started seeing, because they already had some of the stuff that I seen, but then you started seeing more. They made sure you saw their Quick hats. They made sure you saw the Quick shirts. They made sure you saw the side of their van that said Quick Route on it. They made sure that you started seeing the website because they were doing the same thing I was doing. Y'all just ain't been over there rocking with them like I'm telling y'all to. They started showing the website. How do you think I know about the website? I was watching them. I watch y'all too if y'all put it out there. And they're doing it because all that is just marketing. It's free. They're putting their stuff out there. You see in the video how nice they are, how cordial they are. They talk to the different receivers and the shippers. They're smiling, and you can hear the smiling and the laughter and cracking jokes and just having friendly banter. They're slowly building their orbit inside the circle that they live in so that it eventually will get, remember, it takes time to be the owner. Nobody was worried about Jeff Bezos when he was in his parents' garage trying to sell books. Nobody was worried about old Harley Davidson in the garage turning wrenches trying to make the first motorcycle start and crank up. Y'all didn't even know who Elon Musk was until out the blue he dropped with Tesla. You don't know the stuff he did in the background. We didn't know Kobe Bryant was from Italy till he told us, but he was out there with his daddy hooping. Nobody knew LeBron was and his mama was struggling until they put the movie out. But y'all just knew LeBron is somebody that all of a sudden showed up at on the scene, a little kid from Akron, Ohio. Nobody knew who Michael Phelps was until that went over there and won all them gold medals. You didn't know who Simone Biles was until she started, but none of y'all was in the gym with them. None of y'all was in the garage. Nobody was sitting there with the Quicks when they was building that website, the Orbit. All the people I just named, the Quicks is on their way. Phelps, Simone Biles, LeBron James, all of them, Jeff Bezos. They started off as a worker. They started off as a consumer. They became a producer. Now they're the owner. And all of us, including myself, are in their orbit. And don't lie to me. Don't make it seem like nobody in this chat goes and orders nothing off of Amazon. Don't make me believe nobody in this chat at all ain't never cheered on Simone Biles or Michael Phelps. Don't nobody in this chat that likes sports ain't say their kids or somebody else ain't asked for LeBron James shoes, Michael Jordan shoes, Kyrie Irving shoes. All them people are producers or not, they're owners and producers. Let me catch up with the chat because y'all going live. Give me a second. You ain't late, fam. You right on time, man. I'm sorry we cut out today. I can't wait to talk to you next week. We got some more stuff to talk about. You see where this chat is going? Charles, this is what we're gonna take this on to next Sunday. Charles fan, we talked already today. What's going on? More roles in the building. Man, I'm finally glad you met. I knew you're gonna come on over here. What's going on, fam? Maggers. The Motorola bricks. Man, don't get me started. What's good, Just True? Hey, did I email you back? I think I emailed you back. If I didn't, just shoot me the email and send me the new time of day. You know what it is. Nextel phone all day. Don't get me started. I'm about to start rapping. I see y'all in here. You ain't late, fam, but where you been? I almost put an APB out on you, CJ. Don't make me come. We put APBs out on people over here. Don't make us come look for you. Yeah, show the love, fam. Show the love. Them quicks is getting it. What's going on? Wendy, don't you say nothing about being late. You is on time, fam. We are glad you are here. But yeah, see how that just worked, fam? I don't think y'all catching it. When I told y'all to get in the circle full of owners where the producers are at, if you ain't joined us, fam, over here, we ain't trying to take nothing from you. We just a bunch of like-minded producers and owners working together to get to the top. Because best believe when they look up and they be like, man, I remember them lives. Boy, look at that boy moving freight. Who that? Man, BG name everywhere. And then you look up to your right. That's like my 8th van I seen with the Quick's name on it. Like, how is this keep moving like this? And then you look over to your left. I just saw JCM in Texas, and now I see JCM in Atlanta. And then your homeboy say, you on the phone like, man, what you talking about? It's a JCM up in Chicago. You're going to be like, hold on, JCM is on Texas, Atlanta, Chicago. It's an ownership full of circle. It's going to be a CEO of owners, a CEO of producers, a circle of owners, circle of producers, circle of everybody, and y'all going to be like, where did they start? Sitting right here talking to each other on live. Now, let me make sure I ain't miss somebody before I drive into the next day. I love it. Oh, man, y'all is good. Now, I'm not going to take it that way yet. That's going to be for another live. But I'm going to give you a snippet because since we're talking about it, I'm going to talk about it just a tad bit. Just a tad bit, because this is for another live, another something. I don't know if it's live or video, but I got to drill home the point before we even get out of here later on tonight, but I don't want to miss it. Drill home the point of a consumer, a producer, owner, and a worker. Oh, yeah, more roads. Just because I ain't say y'all name, fam, that don't mean I ain't leaving y'all out. Everybody out here finna be eating, because you know why? Before I get in that point, you know why? JB Hunt ain't the only one. Swift ain't the only one. Night Transportation ain't the only one. Snyder ain't the only one. I can keep going, but you see where I'm going with this? I can name all the big trucking companies. I can name all the big whatever. But if they got a slew of trucking companies, we see Ryder and Penske with all these box trucks. How come us over here can't be the slew of cargo vans? We can have the Grahams. We can have the Quicks. We can have the Sullivans. We can have the Wrights. Why we all can't be the next ones? We all in different areas. Let's get it. Let's get it. But let me tell you about the one point that I was trying to make about. We're gonna talk about another video, but I want to give you an example that'll help drill home this case. People talk about this business we in to help you understand it's not a dollar for dollar business. We said the workers. People come into this business, or people in general in the world, if you look at it from the big picture. I'm a big picture person. They have a drug dealer's mindset. And when I say that, they look at things for dollar. You hear the songs, I crack jokes, be like, I'm gonna go get it and bring it back. And I tell you, everybody know who the snowman is. Like we talk about that, but most people have a drug dealer's mindset and they look at it from a dollar for dollar business. Like if I go out there and get that work, come back, I'm gonna go send out that work and I gotta make all this. And drug dealers, if you ask me, are some of the better ones because they know how to do supply and demand. They know how to do marketing. They know how to do sales. They know how to do all of the stuff that intricates business. Legally, that's a whole nother question. But they look at it from a dollar for dollar mindset, which triggers other people to look at it for a dollar for dollar mindset. So when you go out into the world, whenever I do something or put out some type of energy or something that I want to be paid for, you need to pay me this much. And that's where people fail at, because that's not how the markets for actual business works. Markets vary based on, one, where you're at, in the circle or out the circle. Markets vary based on the product you're selling, iPhone versus Nokia and Motorola. the whole market shifts between what you're providing as a producer and not a worker. But if you're a consumer, which most people are, and they automatically try to jump over to the next lane without understanding what they're jumping into, those consumers won't have all the research and all the knowledge about the industry that they're jumping in. They just want that quick buck, drug dealer money. And then when things go left or right and doesn't work out the way you're supposed to have it work out, what happens with the drug dealer? God rest their soul, they end up jail or they end up dead. For a consumer that rushes out there trying to do, because we thinking with drug business, drug dealer mindset, one for one, you get out there and you're trying to make it all back so fast. And then what do we see happening lately? People getting caught up in fraud cases, people going to jail for scamming, people's businesses just going out of business because they didn't set up aside enough capital, because they were going into it with a consumer mindset and not a producer mindset. They were going into it with a worker mindset, not an owner mindset. When you understand that, it's not a dollar for dollar business. So yes, I know that's funny because we always talk about a dollar a mile, but I'll use this for example. If we know our CPM is 30-some cents and I'm asking for $1 a mile, it's not because I'm looking to take the 70 cents and flip it and do something else with it. Consumer worker mindset. Because what do? You hear it all the time, and it's so sad when I hear, when you get it, flip it and do this. Get it and flip it. Now tell me if I'm wrong if y'all heard this, fam. When you file your taxes, get your taxes back, flip your taxes and do it. And then it's a repetitive cycle. Every year you're waiting on your taxes to flip it to go get a car, to flip it to go buy this, to flip it and go this. You never hear nobody say when you get your taxes back, flip it into a trust, flip it into a Roth. Like instead, because Roth and your Roth and all that, they got a limit that you can put in there. Nobody ever says, hey, you get $4,000-$5,000 back, max out your Roth. That's because when you start maxing out Roths and all that stuff and all the little marketing, I'm not going down there, right? Stocks and all that. That's when you start taking an owner mindset versus a consumer mindset, a worker mindset. So when we over here and I'm saying $1 and my CPM is 30-something cents, and I say it over and over, that's why I say don't ball out on the cargo van money yet. When you get that money, it ain't for you to go spend. It's time to flip it again into the business. Pay your bills, got that part, but then it's supposed to go back into the business, whether it be little things at first, little things, whether it be need a new set of tires, need an oil change, need anything. I'm gonna use myself for example, because I know y'all watch your boy and y'all pay attention, but do you really pay attention? Because I showed y'all the books the other day, and I'm pretty sure none of y'all even paid attention. But when you're flipping it over to continue, because it's a growth, remember, it's a thing. We've been doing these lives since the beginning of the year. We're about, 7 months in? But as we continue to flip into that ownership and you start moving up, because it's supposed to flip back into the business. Yes, I told you, I'm not going to go out and do everything all at once because that wouldn't be fair to y'all. And I wouldn't teach you the steps as we go, because I would just do it. And y'all be like, how did you do that? How did you do that? We started this 7 months ago. And we've been doing it live. We've been flipping it. But as part of that growth ownership, now it's time to flip it to the next level. If you've been paying attention all this live and notice that we flipped it to the next level, you'll notice that little duck in the corner is not longer saying powered by StreamYard, because we flip more money back into the business because we're starting to become owners, remember? Taking ownership. So what do? Pay for the next step. Let's pour back into the fam. I need to get more services that I can provide and produce to y'all. And we're talking on live. So in order to produce those services, because somebody in the fam say, I need to figure out how to make the words come across the bottom. Somebody in the fam was like, how can we get the comments? Somebody in the fam said this. Y'all are asking for a service to help become better owners and producers yourselves. So I have to pour back into my family's business and become better owners and producers. So now we've done enough time. I didn't do it out the blue. I let the money stack itself up so we can go ahead and pay for the service that StreamYard provides, so that we can provide a better service to you, so that you can provide a better service to your customers, so we can all be owners at the top together. I told you, fam, I'm not going to go to the top without you. You going with me, but we're going to do it in steps. So yeah, the little duck gone, because now there's some more services that we can do. I just got to go through and figure them out. Give me a second. I'm not iPhone. I ain't got a whole iPhone team of 800 workers. It's me, the wife. It's a family adventure. And we knocking off the things as we check them off. Because that's what you do. It's a marathon, not a race. And when you're not a consumer and you're a producer, because if it was a race, like people I've said already, Harley Davidson would have done this a long time ago. If it was race, let's use an actual race. Usain Bolt used to train for months and months and months and months and months and months and months. Years, because Olympics every 4 years. And then you go from one Olympic to the next Olympic, 4 years training, putting in that sweat equity, blood, sweat, and tears to knock off 1 second of his 200-yard dash. Could you imagine working 4 years to knock out 1 second? And here I am over here telling y'all we finna work for a couple of months because we want to get an extra 5 cents. But when we become the actual owner and producers of our own thing, that dollar all of a sudden becomes the $1.25 because it ain't a dollar for dollar business. When you start learning business, rich people up there moving in quarters, nickels, and dimes, and y'all aren't even paying attention. It just adds up and says big money. I'll give you an example. How much is a Prime membership? Y'all tell me. Is a Prime membership what, about $100? I think it's about $100. If I'm not mistaken, let's just stick with 100. You mean to tell me when I'm talking about $1 and then I say $1.25 and they be like, no, and I'm like, hey, that low was 1,000, but I took it for 900. I'm not leaving $100 on the table and throwing off 900 for 100. Remember I tell y'all that I'm gonna run the 90 cents to get that. Remember I tell y'all that. That's what happens at the top with big business. Y'all just aren't paying attention to it. So when they say Amazon Prime, let's use Jeff Bezos, is $100. We ain't even talking about the stuff that people buy yet. If we talking Amazon Prime is $100, you think that Jeff Bezos with a $300-something billion network, that $100, you think that really means something to him? Or is it that those $100 add up just like for us in our lane, those 10 cents, those 20 cents, those quarters, they add up. So when I say we running for $1 and then I'm like, hey, we got this dough for $1.25. That one was $1.35. Yeah, I'm like, but then when I say it's 90 cents, oh, I couldn't have did that. That 10 cents to us is probably less than the $100 is for that Prime membership to Jeff Bezos. But you can't see that because you still got a consumer mindset. You're still in a worker mindset. I'm in an ownership mindset, and I want y'all to join me over here. But if you don't, I ain't mad at you. But I'm not working in that mindset. We're working in different mindsets, and people ask questions. So I'm trying to get y'all to see the mindset I'm doing. That's why I told y'all about my uncle who's 80, because in order for you to get to 80 outside of God, we know that one, you got to do some things right. Your health is your wealth. Obviously, he's kept himself healthy. If you see my uncle, for one, boy pulled up in a two-door Cadillac CT, thing was bad. Gold on top of that. Jury on, still think he fly. But he is fly. Don't get me wrong. He is fly. But I'm just saying, like 80 years old, stepped on up out that thing in a white linen head to toe with the hat to match. Drove himself at 80. The man that set it up a long time ago, and this man been retired for years. Still out here shucking and driving. But hey, don't listen to me. I just got receipts from people I know, and I'm just sharing them with y'all. But hold on. Let me get over here because the comments, because y'all get to. You ain't missed nothing, fam. You ain't missed nothing. I know you was over there working. Hey, y'all don't know the transporter because I rocks with everybody. We talked about the quicks. The transporter be over there live on TikToks at 6 o'clock. So go holler at your boy. The transporter, it was funny. He was talking so much he didn't even realize it was me he was talking to. Because I switched it up on him. I didn't stay under my name, transporter. I switched it to the business name it was talking to you. Huh? I know he said bye to me. I know. You better tell it, quicks. Yeah, y'all be quiet. Y'all the teacher's aide today. I might talk about preach. Man, fam, I appreciate you too, fam. We out here getting it. We out here getting it together. Morals, you know it. I was on time today. This was a good. I agree with that. Say it until you see it. See, that's the one thing people get caught up with manifesting. They just say, oh, I got to do it or he'll do it. I put it out there in the world. You got to put some action behind it. Hey, I want all y'all. I'm putting it up there because y'all claiming it. I'm claiming it with y'all. I'm claiming it with y'all. I'm catching up on the comments. Where did I stop at? You ain't missing nothing. All right, watching from Houston, Second Ward. I know where you at, fam. Why you? That grandma, that's the brother. I mean, the sister of that boy 16, my uncle. That this family was started out in the Third Ward, so I'm we good. Shh, don't tell them yet. We working on it. What you think we doing, fam? They just gotta come, but we gonna build it over here together. And what they say, build it and they will come. We already working on it. I got you covered. Let's see. Y'all be having. As soon as BGMSG start that dispatch and come, we have our courier network. Hey! I told you we coming. We got to get it all together though. Y'all is funny. I'm putting y'all all up. I'm not leaving nobody out. Okay. I knew I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have messed. I should have told you. I should have just kept coming over there talking. Let's see. Man, I joined the group and got so discouraged because everybody in that group's saying don't start. Man, I think it's a good move for me. All right, I'm gonna get to that. We're gonna come back to that right quick. Make sure I don't miss nobody. I'm gonna save me some more time. Hey man, what's going on, D? All right, so I want to go back to this. So I'm not knocking nobody because remember, I told you it's multiple different ways to do this, but I want to talk about this comment because you was in the group. It's not that I don't want you to necessarily think they were trying to discourage you. I want you to look at it from their standpoint because that's why we're talking about consumer versus producer versus worker versus owner. I'm gonna give you a couple examples before I come back to exactly you so you can get it because I'm one of those people. If y'all ain't found out when I'm teaching something, I got to make it make sense to me, and I want to not leave nobody behind. If LeBron James worked inside of an office that had a cubicle and he kept saying, "Man, I hate sitting here. I need to go to the gym." What you want to go to the gym for, Brian? I got to get to the NBA. I hate this. I be in the YMCA. I be all in Planet Fitness. I be in every gym. And I be killing them, putting up 30, 40. And like, whatever. Man, you still in high school. Are you still in college? Or, man, them dreams over with. No, I got to go get it. I can't sit in this cubicle. The people in the cubicle going to tell him that he's crazy. He should not be there. But the people in the gym are looking at Brian like, man, why are you coming in here? Go to the league, bro. You too nice to be in here. You're getting two conversations from two different people for the same person that's doing the same thing, but they got two different mindsets. You got people that are workers in a cubicle trying to tell an athlete what to do, and you got an athlete listening to other athletes that are saying go. The best way I can say it, because we all been programmed for this, and this ain't me saying this is a point. This book right here that I wrote, when I wrote that book, it's a part in there that I narrowed down, and it was for people like, because my wife got a book out too called Dream Bigger for younger kids. Mine, that right there was talking about people living in their purpose, but they both apply. Sometimes as parents, think about your parents. They don't give you information because they don't want the best for you. They're giving you the information that is safest for you. All right, give you a second. If you have a dream to say, and you're telling your parents, I want to go out here and start a business, be an entrepreneur. I want to make IT. I want to make tech. I want to develop cars. I want to be an architecture and build the biggest skyscraper. And they're like, baby, I really think you need to get that nursing degree. Baby, I really think you should just go get a CDL. It's not that they don't believe in you. They want you to take the route that they know for a fact will make sure that can take care of you and your future family. It's not that they're wrong. It's just not right for you because they have the worker mentality and they're talking to you who is the LeBron James of the architect, the LeBron James of this, the Michael Jordan of this. So when you're in that group, fam, and I ain't finna let you go. When you're in that group, You're talking to the workers that are driving that van or box truck or whatever that are making that money, that's trying to pay their bills. If you read through the chat, and I've been putting them up over here with this fam that we building. This the fam that's trying to teach you how to pay them bills and keep building. That's why you see the name. And if you notice, I crack jokes we play all the time, but then sometimes I get passionate about something. That's the reason the name say Legacy Build over here today. It changes every week, depending on what we talking. I didn't even know this was going this route, but when we going this route, over here, we building legacies, fam. So you over there talking to somebody that you as a legacy mindset, and I'm finna keep putting you up. You got a legacy mindset, and you sitting over there in a Discord and a group of people that got worker mindset. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work for you. It's going to discourage you because you're around a lot of like-minded people. They have sayings like, if you're the smartest person in the room, you might be in the wrong room. All those type of sayings. They're for a reason. The same way I told you about my uncle in the beginning that said, so what you gonna do about it, son? So what happened to you? You already did it, but I'm finna use you for example. You was in a group that would discourage you. It didn't talk right, and my uncle in your ear, so what you gonna do about it? You left up out that group and you ended over here with us, and we over here looking at you like, what you mean don't start? In one of the videos, if you go back, and I don't know if Chris is still in this thing, but if he is, he quoted it for me in the one-on-one today. We use the acronym NOW over here, N-O-W, now, no opportunity wasted. So yeah, you was in the wrong group. You was in the cubicle with as LeBron James, and you should have been over here with the athletes because we out here trying to ball out. Let me keep going. I'll do this all day, man. Y'all have me going, getting heated up in here. Great, man. Hey, man. Y'all is kidding me. Hey, what's going on, fam? Welcome to the fam. Just subscribing, checking out the vids for a few days. Hey, man, that's all we over here doing. The only thing that the live does is let you meet the rest of the fam. So you don't think I just be on the videos with the routes, think I'm talking crazy to myself. It's actual fam over here. They be talking. What's going on, Nelson? Back in that building. Transporter, that's what's up, fam, man. I'm sitting over here telling people to come rock with you at 6 o'clock. They see how this fam work. I just told y'all, I'm telling y'all over here to come rock with the transporter on TikTok at 6 o'clock on his page. And he was apparently doing the same thing. I missed that part. You look talking about I'm sneaky. You sneaky too, fam. Let's see. What up, Nelson? We mentioned you in the video. Not up yet, but we'll be up next week. Y'all see that? The Quicks is finna put you out there, Nelson. You up next, fam. We over here, I'm telling you, fam, it's a different type of work over here. We eat together, we grow together, we push each other together. Like I told you, fam. Like I told you. You just was in the wrong group. But hey, welcome over here. Oh, man. I can't with y'all, man. I have to calm myself down because I'll be over here and I lost my mind over here. Yeah, you finna be a star. Lights. Hey, Quicks already recorded the movie. Lights, camera, action. Showtime. I like that. Just true. Drop the knowledge. What don't work for them may work for you. If it's your calling, you can't lose. How many? You see, Just True already know this, and the fam over here already know this, fam. But we talk about it all the time. What's for you is for you. What's for you is for you. I might have been talking about this circle, but guess what? Y'all seen your ball running around the circle? The Quicks run around the circle. The transporters run around the circle. Just True be all over the circle. Everybody be in the circle winning. I just watch their videos the same way they watch their videos. I just tell y'all to go watch their videos the same way y'all come watch the videos with your boy. We just all eating together. But ain't nobody gonna know the difference. It's like I told you, it's just like Jeff Bezos in the garage with books and Harley Davidson in the garage with motorcycles. Ain't nobody gonna know it till they get to the top and see all our names on vans, multiple vans, riding down the street and gonna be like, who down? Or when they sit there and see us and we all together, they're like, look at all those vans in that conference center. What's going on over there? They wasn't in the live with us. Well, we was talking about ownership and producing. Oh, man. Man, get out of here. See, I'm still trying to, at least I'm glad y'all said something. I was trying to figure out who been buying these books. Quick shot, thank you for letting me know, because there's some of y'all in the fam that's been buying these books. And I don't know who it is, because, it's Amazon. They don't tell me. I just see the numbers. And I appreciate you for telling. Look at that. The student helper today has already bought. Man, I love y'all. Let's see. A lot of gatekeepers out there is money to be made. Yay! You're right. It's so, and the problem with gatekeeping that throws me off because I don't think it's no gate. Most people in this business, outside of the big companies, most of us, it's just us in a van. At the most, 2 or 3. At max, we talking about cargo van. I'll even say box truck. At max, 4 to 6. It ain't too many box trucks and cargo vans in our space, and I'm not talking about huge companies like the JBLs, JB Hunts and all that. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about us people that just started it out. It's not many of us operating more than 8, more than 6. If you actually pay attention to what's out there, one person that might have 6 vans, they ain't got enough vans to make all the freight. Think about JB Hunts, the big boys. JB Hunt don't have enough trucks to run around and take all the loads. Swift don't have enough trucks. You can gatekeep, which I don't understand why, but it don't stop your money. If that was the case, there would only be an Apple phone. There would be no Samsung. There would be no Google. Hey, Motorola is still there. BlackBerry's coming back. Boy, BlackBerry come back with a phone. They got my money. But you get what I'm saying? Like, Lenovo makes laptops. They killing it. Dell still makes laptops. Apple make, like, if it wasn't space, next time you go in the store, I told you this before, just go to the bread aisle. Miss Bears cannot gatekeep enough because there's Sunbeams, there's Texas Made, there's the Walmart Great Value brand that it's bread all over the place. So you could try to gatekeep, which I don't understand gatekeeping because it don't make a difference because there's money out there. It ain't no use in me taking all the knowledge. That's why so many people now in the grave with all these ideas because they were trying to keep them to themselves, and now their family and friends don't know how to go get it because they was gatekeeping. No, we gonna get this together. There's enough money out there for all of us. I'm trying to catch up. If you have desire, you can get what you need. I asked the Lord to give me what I need. 5 minutes later, I got the bag I needed. I'm telling you, man, all it is, put some work into it. It's all that. Hey, don't worry, just true. I got to get back in my rhythm too. I took the week off and I got to get back into the rhythm. Dunn bought me the cargo van tracker. It fits in my clipboard. It fits in my clipboard too, fam. If y'all don't know what he's talking about, I think I got mine because I've been over here working. I've been working this week, I told you. I got the same cargo van tracker. The wifey made it. It's out there. Y'all can go get it. We don't push nothing. Y'all know what it is. My main purpose is to get paid to see my daughter. I'm in GA and she's in Illinois. I can't lose with that. I need to see the slide today because I've been seeing a lot of loser testimonies. Man, fam, I'm going to tell you right now. GA and Illinois is in the circle. I told you ain't even supposed to be leaving the circle. We talked about this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, fam, you knew. Go back and watch. I want you to go back and watch all the videos to catch up so you'll be knowing what we're talking about. But the one specific video, it's titled Meet Me in the Circle. You'll see the circle I'm talking about. You're in Atlanta, fam. You can run around and see your daughter all the time. When you get to the point where you've done it enough, and this is me telling you how we, and fam, y'all can co-sign me in the chat. I've gotten to the point where I can say yes and no to certain lows and put myself where I need to be. I've done the lows that go up there and come right back to Texas because I had something to do. I've done lows that I go out for 5 days. I've done lows where it's like, hey, let's stay out for 2 weeks. But you inside the circle, you can do lows that, oh, your daughter got something going on at school at Wednesday. I'm going to get me a low on Monday and go and get up there by Tuesday, drop that load, spend the night, have dinner with my daughter, go to her school function on Wednesday and have a load already in the back of the van that drops off Thursday morning in St. Louis. You can do that. We talk about it all day long. Just stick with us, fam. Stay over here and keep working with us because we all work together. He always on time. He's so faithful. 5 minutes for 5 years. Y'all don't let that slip past y'all. That goes back to that Usain Bolt dropping a minute. What's for you won't pass or miss you. Boy. The missus say that right, boy. I'm telling you, hey, dead on the money. I'm gonna put everybody up because we out here getting it. If you think they get cake keeping, come around back. I'll let you in. That's what we doing over here, fam. Hey, let them guard the gate. I don't know what gate they guard, and they stand up in the front, But over here in this fam, man, we got a whole nother entrance. Side entrance. Transporter gonna let you in through the back entrance. See, mine too. Look, we telling our age with that BlackBerry, but at 12 fam, they come out with another one. I'm getting it. Don't get me wrong, it's hard out here, but with the right people in your corner and your why, you all win, man. We win, fam. It sounds crazy, but over here, we still got some work to do, and it's mainly my fault because I got to protect myself, and I also get in front of myself. I be going places and I be moving around and I find out about it after the fact. But either way it go, just True hit it right on the head. It does get rough out here, and without a community, because it's hard, like we were just talking, fam, it's hard to talk to somebody in the community if the community looking at things totally different than you thinking. So it feels good. The reason for this live, because we was making videos, don't get me wrong, day one fans know what I'm talking about. In the lives, in the regular videos, we were already talking throughout the videos. The lives was made because we already was having conversations. The lives was made so that we can talk and have a platform so y'all can chime in. I bring it up. We're going to keep doing all that. But don't worry, fam. It's more growth to this. We just ain't got there yet. We still newbies. We coming. I promise you. The circle, when I understood, I got it and been running it. I'm trying to tell you, fam, when you figure out that circle, when you figure out the circle, you can move so swiftly. Jess is absolutely right. It won't be easy, but that's okay. Stay steadfast, fam. His plans are to prosper you. I love this. Getting all this good love, showing love. Fam, we welcome you with open arms over here. Just bought a Freightliner Sprinter. Just follow up on this contract until I'm ready to hit the road. Still working at night. Hey, fam, that's what it is. It's a slow and steady race. Don't think it's gonna be nothing fast. Yeah, I appreciate that, fam. I didn't even look at it because sitting here got me all amped up. Because I know y'all know how it is. I told y'all in the beginning, the first 20, 25 minutes is us laying the groundwork for where we going with this tonight. But it's basically to help, and we appreciate all the new fam for joining the fam, because that's what it's all about, fam. We're supposed to grow together, man. You wanna go fast, go along. You wanna go far, go together, and that's my motto. And I was sitting there like, yeah, I want to go far. And I only had me and my boy that rode with that do the box truck. And it's like, man, but I want to go further than just me and you. Like, we take some people with us. And all of a sudden, my 80-year-old uncle, whose birthday we just celebrated, hit my head. So what you going to do about it, son? The Bible say, build and they will come. I already knew y'all was out there. I just didn't know where y'all was at. The same way y'all knew I was out here, y'all didn't know where I was at. We just all of a sudden over here family together, and we're going to grow together and get the knowledge off each other so that we can all stop being consumers and stop being workers and be producers and owners together. So we can have a slew of vans running around with all our names and logos on the side like the big boys, but they looking like, where did this cargo van convention come from? It started over here with us. That's what it did. But I ain't going to hold you, fam, because I know some of y'all already got their work. I took the week off, but I got to get back to moving. Because if y'all ain't seen it yet, I told y'all last week, Monday or Tuesday, but I was slacking. I was doing other stuff. Wifey got the video out today from the San Antonio load, when we had to put Chip in the hospital. But yeah, we got that video out earlier. And that video is, are you being a good steward? And I wouldn't be a good steward for myself and my family, just like I would hope y'all would do. I'm saying myself and my family, I know this applies to y'all too. If you, just like we talk about when it's time to relax, it's time to enjoy family time, those are very important, and I'm big on that. But in order to reach the other goals of like the financial freedom, where you can set your family up and all that, you might be a good steward of doing the maintenance and keeping your van running, but sometimes you got to be a good steward and know when to go get it. Your family's relying on you to go get it. That audience in that room full of people for my uncle's 80th birthday, when my cousin looked and she said, everybody in this room can testify to what this man has done for y'all over the years. My uncle didn't have kids. Why? Because his family was his loved ones. He went and got it for them. When the Rodney King beating happened, my uncle took care of that community. He did it for them. So part of being a good steward is not just sitting back and relaxing sometimes. Sometimes you got to go get it. In order to have the mindset to go get it, you can't be a consumer and you can't be a worker. You got to turn into a producer and an owner. The owners that produce are the ones that change the world. Are you ready to change the world, though? If you're not ready to change the world, you'll never be an owner that produces, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because there's always good team members. There's always good helpmates. There's always good family members. Nothing wrong with that at all, fam. But I told y'all we have lives and conversations that's dedicated to people that just want to go be self-employed and get the money. We talk about the lives and videos we put out. That's for the young fam that's trying to learn what they want to do with their life. We have lives and videos that just help people that's out there just trying to get it. And let's be honest, we got lives and videos just for entertainment. This live and this video was mainly sent out for people that wanted to be owners and producers and get out of the worker consumer mindset. That's all it was, fam. So yeah. Before I go, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure we get out the comments because I ain't trying to get over here and leave nobody. Where did I stop off at, y'all? If I miss y'all, let me know. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I learned something every video, man. I appreciate it. That's the whole goal of the game, man. It don't matter who teaches it, long as we all learning it together, because y'all teach me something every night. That's the key, bro, being a good steward. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for sharing, Graham. Be safe and God bless. You too, fam. Be safe out there, man. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. Ever had to sleep in the van? Yes, sir. I ain't no above nobody. I might stay in hotels, but no, we don't just waste money. The times when I ain't got time, if it don't make sense time-wise to go get a hotel, yes, I'm sleeping in the van. What's going on, Apex, in this thing? It took me a while to enjoy my home time. I used to constantly think about the money I'm not making. I do the same thing. That's what I mean, fam, when I be like, I got to protect myself from myself. But just as much as I say don't protect myself from myself, I know there are some of us out there in this fam that gets a lot of time at the house because you're still in the building phases and you're ready to go get it. And I don't want you to think you're supposed to just always think you got to protect yourself or not think about the money. It's okay. Go get the money. Don't even worry about it. Go get it. Hey, fam, I'm just we just over here working together, fam. I'm glad it's helping. Yeah, you're right. The OG slid in on us. Matter of fact, Apex, I meant to tell you, I tried to hit you up. I don't know which one. I hit you up on TikTok, Facebook. I didn't know which way to hit you up. I tried to hit you up after that one live when you told me to, fam. I got you. I'm glad it's helping, fam. I love your live. It keeps me going, fam. You don't even understand. That's why I love this fam we building over here, because you think you keep me going. Boy, you be having me cracking up over there, man. You keep my TikTok jumping. It be so hilarious. Like, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. You got to go watch TikTok. I'm telling you, go watch TikTok and go watch the transporter. He going to have you laughing on, like, I don't know what. Go to IG and you go fool with Just True. And Just True going to have you looking like I need to get off the couch and get to moving, because I swear you don't sit still. I don't know how you're doing it. This will be said. I need to share this. Hey, fam, I appreciate you. Do what you got to do, man. We want to help and bless and work with as many people as can. We want everybody to eat out here. Let's see. That's me, all right. Need to get back out there. Pray this week is a good one. It's about to be, because we're going to pray that up when we get ready to close this thing out. You know I got you, Wendy. We all over here for the same thing. Remember my name, bro. I'm going to keep you updated. Planning on getting one this week. What's the Discord? So we don't have a Discord. We just do the live here as of right now, because I don't do this for money, fam. I really just want to help. And then certain people in the fam requested certain things, so we just put products out. But as it grows, it grows. What it does, it does. God going to make it do what it do. So I ain't even worried about that. But right now, as of right now, it's just the videos, and we go live every Sunday at 7 o'clock Central. Let's see. Just True. You'll get it if you want it. Good luck and be safe. This fam is the truth. And with that one right there, this fam is the truth. That's what we gonna shut it down at, because I'm happy that everybody out here getting it. I'm glad everybody got something out of here. I know I'm always around like-minded people and people that want to grow to be owners that produce. So I'm not even mad. I love this live. I love talking to y'all. But you know what it is, because I know some of y'all already got y'all lows, y'all already got their work. Some people like me, and as you heard, just true, he got to get out there and go get it. Because every now and then I tell y'all to relax and chill, but like Apex just said, sometimes that money be on the mind, and you got to have that to become the owner and producer to build all these amazing things we talked about. So, yeah, fam, I ain't going to hold you up, and you know what time it is now. Close them eyes and bow the heads. Lord God, our Father, we once again come to say thank you. Not only did you bring us through another week, you brought us through another week safely so that we can meet again. We ask that you help us all as we get ready to depart this live and go our ways and get our week started. You know what we have in our hearts and on our mind for how we want success to hit our family, friends, and loved ones as we get ready to get started this week. I ask that you help us on behalf of everybody get the things that we need, whether it be money, time, taking a break, whatever those circumstances may apply to all of us to get to that next level so that we may be the owners and producers of the life and the purpose that you have of us in your glory name, Jesus. We just ask that you watch over us and keep our loved ones safe while we're on the road until we meet back up with them again. And until we meet again in the next live or the next video, we ask you to keep us all safe and blessed, Jesus. We ask these and many more blessings in your name. Amen. And just like that, fam, I want y'all safe. If you already got the bag, the Friday drop off Monday, go cash it in and go get another one. If you got to pick up the bag on Monday, be safe when you go drop it off on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever you get it there. If you like me and the rest of the fam, I want y'all to pray about it. Don't stress yourself and don't go crazy. When the bag comes to you, it's going to come to you. And then after that, you work it and go get another one. But until the next video, until the next live, I want y'all to do what I always want you to do. And you know what that is. Stay blessed.